Welcome to Hear Me Out, the show where presenters are shown slides they've never seen before and have to make a coherent presentation. Today we will hear from Elisa Hernandez.
I would like us to think today on the world's most abstract concept, time. We humans invented it to understand the world, to place structure in something that is inherently unstructured. And today I would like us to all interrogate whether or not time should still exist. I think that we should think about this from the perspective of why humans invented umbrellas, right? We invented umbrellas to shield ourselves from the rain, to protect ourselves from this thing that made us wet. Did it harm us? No, rain does not harm us when we get wet. All that happens is our clothes get damp, there's maybe water on our skin, but it all dries, it goes away, right? But we invented this umbrella to shield us from this perceived threat of rain. Though rain is not threat, it is not harmful. I think we did the same thing with the invention of the clock and of time and the idea of seconds and minutes and hours. We created it to protect us from something larger that we could not understand. If you look at a tree, for instance, right? It measures its life not in years being alive. We place that onto a tree. It measures its own life and its existence in how big it has gotten, how many rings, right, it has grown over the course of its lifetime. And I think that is how we should be approaching our concepts of time, right? We should not measure ourselves in these markers of years and ages and down to the seconds of how long we've been alive. I think we should view our lives like a tree views its life, right? Which is its growth over time. Because I think a human's growth over time is the true measure of a person and a well-lived life. And I think we can still capture the beauty of life like you would in a photograph with this new construction of time, right? I don't think we need to capture it so tangibly, being able to say, I'll meet you in 5 minutes, or I'm, 28 years old. That I think is too limiting to capture the beauty of life. And instead, if we are able to say things like, I'll meet you when I'm ready. And I am old enough now to know how to be a good friend, how to be a good partner, right? I think those are the markers that would be far more enriching for us to use rather than these incredibly limiting structures that we've come up with as time. And I think it would allow us to hearken back to a time before this even existed, right? Before we even thought of the idea of placing the concept of a day and then taking that and breaking it down into hours and minutes and seconds. I think we would connect with each other more deeply like we used to when we wrote letters and you really had to sit in that moment and describe in detail everything you wanted to your friend or to your partner or to whoever you were writing to. I think we would forge much deeper connections. And so I want to thank you all for coming here today to my TED Talk on why time should not exist.